First of all, thank you everyone for coming here, and thank you for having me here also. Thank you, ERISAT, especially for hosting this event, like for letting us speak about the matter that we all concerned about. So my name is 𝐒𝐄𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐃. I'm a younger brother of 𝐒𝐿 one of this journalists right here with the Zaman newspaper. So I'm here not just to share about my brother's story or like my brother biography, because since you can find his biography online, like if anyone is interested, you can just go online and find him. But I'm gonna share about like his personality as a person, how and who 𝐒𝐿 was as a person. Also, I would like to talk about like how like his detention has affected us as a family and like maybe personally. And also, I would like to talk about like the importance of fighting for justice at this matter. So, growing up with 𝐒𝐿 as his youngest brother, I remember him like I remember so many things about him. Like I remember his deep voice. The first thing that I remember about him, I remember his infectious laughter. I remember his magnificent smile. That's what I remember about him. I was so young about when he was arrested. By the way, I was like 10 years old. But most important, I remember his unwavering determination to make a positive impact on his community, especially on like in the Eritrean literature. I think most of you guys know about 𝐒𝐿, but he was the one that like along with his friends who started the literary club called 𝐒𝐄𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐃, where like different writers came together and discussed about different poems and writings. So the main goal of this club was to pioneer like the Eritrean literature, to bring all these writers and like encourage other writers to write about it, to write about like whatever they want to write. So what I'm trying to say here is those champions, like let me call them like champions because I always call them champions, like him and like his fellow prisoners. They try to serve their country, to serve their community in like many ways possible. So, by the way, I don't know how many of you guys know about 𝐒𝐿, but 𝐒𝐿 was not just a journalist. Most of us probably know him like as a journalist, as a writer, but he was also like a researcher. After like his graduation from Asmara University, he started like working at the Minister of Soil, Water. I don't know what it's called, Soil, Water, and the Environment, something like that. And he conducted a research about like fertilizing Eritrean soil and like the importance of conserving the water, the Eritrea. Like, so it was about like 15 page of research. If you can read it like online, you can see like the determination this guy had about like changing Eritrea in many sectors. So what I'm trying to say right here, like I'm not trying to endorse like 𝐒𝐿 all his colleagues, but I'm trying to say that the dream that those people had about Eritrea and their people, they were trying to help the Eritrean people in many ways they can do. So to be honest with you, those people, like those champions, they didn't even make enough money from these newspapers, but they had a dream. Like the dream they had was like just to see the Eritrean bright future. You know, like look where we are right now. Look where like our people have become because like of the lack of like enough information. Ever since they get arrested, like the government has controlled the whole media, and then the people have no any other option to see any other perspectives, to see any other opinions. So So you know what I believe? I believe that since they got arrested, Eritrea has like emerged into the fog of confusion because there is no any other opinions. This is who they are. So Amayel has unjustly like detained for the last 22 years. So this prolonged detention, it's not only affected him, but it has also affected the entire family. So losing someone that you love, you can imagine right there, losing someone you love, and like when you realize you cannot be there for them for the last 20 years, it makes you feel incomplete. And like it's not only makes incomplete, especially like you always live with the hollow space in your heart that you always dream of completing. You know what the worst part of it though? The worst part of it, like wondering whether this dream is gonna come true or not. So if this is what I feel, like if this is like the way I feel about him as his youngest brother, you can imagine like the pain and sorrow my parents are going through for the last 20 years. As his like their son, you know. So it's not easy, like, but it's, you know, it's like it has been like a very challenging journey for the last 22 years. But today I want to shed a light on his resilience and on the importance of the fighting for justice at this point. So, I mean, people probably, you know, see us as like people see us as a people that we are discussing politics right now. Guys, we're not discussing politics right now. This is not about politics. We're talking about the lives of like the 1,000 lives behind the bar suffering for the last 20 years. So the issue of prolonged detention for the last 22 years without any trial is about like the violation of basic human rights. It's not about politics. Right? I mean, according to the guy who fled from Eritrea several years ago, like some of you probably know, like the guy who was like a prison guard, like the way they are living right now, the way they have been held is very insane. It's very inhuman condition. For the last 20, I'm not talking about 22 months or 22 days. I'm talking about 22 days. 22 years. They have been held in a very inhuman condition. Those guys, they have been held in a very harsh condition. Can you imagine yourself in that place, by the way? Can you imagine like being handicapped for the last 22 years without no one to talk to? Can you imagine yourself like sleeping on frozen floors for the last 22 years? Can you imagine yourself screaming at high-pitched voice, but no one cares, no one responds for the last 20 years? I hope you haven't, because because nobody wants to be in that place, including me. But I always try to feel them. I always try to feel where they are. I always feel the condition they are living in. This is not politics, guys. This is about lives of people. Despite what they are going through, despite like the experience they are going through, but I hope they have still stayed, they have still remained resilient and strong. Their spirit and strength will forever inspire us, and inspire the whole generation coming. As a family, in our quest for justice for the last 20 years, We have taken several actions, like, to raise awareness about his situation. We have reached different human rights organizations, shared his story on Facebook or like on different social media platforms, engaged with elected officials, but still the fight still looks far from over. Today, I urge everyone, including you guys here and every Eritrean, especially those who cares, to join us, to join me, to join the family of the victims in this battle for justice. We can sign a petition. That's the minimum we can do for this case. We can write letters to our representatives and spread the word about this injustice, because I believe together we can make a difference and bring justice and hope for those who have been denied for their rights. In conclusion, what I can say is, sorry, I might be a little bit emotional, but that's what I'm going to. Amani's brother is not. It's not only Amani's story is not only about him. We are talking about the countless of individuals who have been held incommunicado, who have been held wherever we don't even know, and are silently dying without a due process for the last 30 years, we can say that. So let's be their voices, and we should fight for the world that justice will be served. One thing that I cannot stress enough or emphasize enough is the price those champions are paying will never go discarded or ignored. It will be paid off. Somebody will definitely pay it off. And then one thing that I can ask, or I would love to ask everyone is, I want everyone to see Eritrea through the lens of these victims, through the lens of their family. I believe this will help us, this will speed up our revolution for justice, which stands together for those people, for the sake of our country, for the sake of their family. Because what they are in pain, it's not easy. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.